at Fishing with Gary today. We're out at Bartlett Lake and we're fishing a tournament. We're going to show you what it's like to fish the tournament from the beginning to the end, how to call your fish, come in and weigh in. But right now we're going to walk over and meet the guys that actually own this, the Bass Junkyz. So right here we have Greg Kruger and Tim Price. So you guys got a nice setup here. Look at this. During the daytime, you'll be able to show you how everything is run here. We're going to actually come in and weigh our fish. We'll come in a little bit early. Is that all right with you guys? Sure. And then we'll show how they weigh the fish and how you guys actually set all this great things up that you do here, you know. So we haven't picked our number out, so we're excited to find out what number we have. And I hear you guys got 80-some boats.
We're closer to 90 right now.
Oh my gosh, wow. So that's fantastic for you guys. That's good. So I know we've talked to a lot of guys out in the parking lot and they're excited about what's going on today out here. So
we're really excited about the turnout. We're really excited about the day. I think we chose the right lake to start the season with, and sponsors and everybody that has stepped in with us, we're very, very excited to be representing and have along with us for the ride this season.
Yeah, it's great. You guys have a great setup here. I mean, this is fantastic here. So when you guys see this on TV, you're going to see what they actually have during the daylight when we come in and weigh our fish, all the stuff they have. So it should be exciting. Let's wander right over here and check out what number we got. All right, hopefully we have a number, right? How are you? It's Claudine, right? How are you doing?
Good, how are you?
Good. Running this whole table by yourself today?
No, I had my daughter here.
Oh, she left, huh? Oh, well. I haven't seen her for a long time. There's your son. I know him. So, we drew 17? Nice. Number 17 out. So that's a good start. So we're due in at 3 o'clock. We'll come in a little bit early, okay? And because we want to film all the stuff getting going. So anything else? Same hour limits, Marina?
Yeah, that's the odd one.
That's it? Inside?
You got the rules right there as well.
Cool. I think I already took all those, so we'll be legal and just bounce around and see everybody and have a good time. So, well, thanks for putting on such a good tournament. You know, we're excited to come back in and weigh the fish and see what goes on.
Thanks for coming, Gary.
Yeah, it's good. All right, thanks, guys.
Good luck.
Muffins, donuts. They always have a lot of breakfast stuff here, so why don't I grab a couple of these for us for the lake, all right? And one of these, and we'll be set to go. We can eating our breakfast and having a good time fishing. So as you can see, this is going to change in the afternoon. They're going to have all this spread out and all the fishermen here, and everybody will be eating and having a really good time. So I'll tell you what, I think Dave and I are going to go out, launch the boat. It's getting to be daylight. Twilight's coming up over the mountain, so we're boat number 17. So we're going to go out and film some of the boats as they take off and start this tournament. Hey, we're boat number 17. We're taking off for the tournament. You can see all the boats that are blasting past us, you know. So we're going to go out and have a good time. We'll catch up with you on the water when we're catching fish. So we got a really nice day. We've got 5 fish in the live well. So now the strategy starts. How do you catch bigger fish? You know, you can go to bigger baits. There is no topwater bite. We didn't get a topwater bite, you know. I mean, I'm flicking a little drop shot around right now. They're not hitting jigs. They're not hitting brush hogs. You know, spinner baits is a good way to get a good fish. You know, that's one way. We got a couple early before the light got, you know, before it got light, before we could film. So, but I'm just trying to find some fish right now, you know, that are just up in the shallows right here. So what I'm doing is just bouncing around these rocks that you see right here, just hoping that there's a bigger fish up there, a 2.5 pounder, that's, you know, looking for a crawdad or something. So I'm just kind of testing how deep are these bigger fish running. I caught a bigger one in 3 feet of water this morning, but it was still dark. So I don't know, the sun came up, and usually my theory is once the sun comes up, the fish start going deep, but it's hard catching those deep fish right now in 20, 25 feet. The oxygen level is probably low, and they just don't want to bite good. So we're gonna have to stay up in that water column to catch those bigger fish. So what I'm doing is just pitching out to the rocks. I'm just pitching a morning dawn and robo worm drop shot. Have about a 10-inch leader. Whoops. Slid across the boulder. Sometimes those feel like fish. Nope. False alarm. Sometimes if you think you're getting a fish, you need to start reeling up on it because they haven't been biting very good today. They're not sitting there going donk donk or something like that. They're just picking it up and sitting with it in their mouth. So we'll get one here in a minute. Let's just kind of keep flicking around this place and see if there's another fish here. Maybe we can get a hold of some fish, and we'll start showing you how we're culling fish out. So as soon as we can get going. A couple of competitors over there waving. But this has been the biggest tournament that we've had in a while. So we haven't had a 97, 98 boat tournament for 10, 15 years, you know, here locally. So we'll just try this a little bit longer and then we'll keep moving. You know, just keep trying different spots until we find the right dip where those big ones are holding. Try to catch some more nice sized ones. There's a boulder that's sitting right under the surface over here, so I'm gonna just go around that and see if I can't get one to hit. A lot of guys, when you see a lot of guys racing around out in the lake, that's telling you right now at these big tournaments that they're having problems. They're not catching fish, so you'll see them start running from place to place to place. So there's a fish. Oh, that's a nice one. Hang on, boys. I may have to net this one. Oh, that's a real. There we go. There's a keeper fish right there. That's a good one. So you're gonna see what I call out for this fish. That's a nice solid 220, you know. And I'm not weighing them right now. I'm just marking them down in the. So what I'm gonna do is go in. First I'm gonna measure this. What I'm looking at is I'm just measuring them right now. Mouth goes pinched and the tail. There's 16 inches right there. So that's a good keeper fish. That's a 2-pounder, 220. So that's a nice one. So I'm gonna scoop by Dave here. All right, so we're gonna get in here and grab one of our smaller fish, which, let me pull up a few here. Well, that's not one of them. Let's try red. Now there's red. So let's look at red. Let's look at what's yellow. Yellow. So there's red, yellow. I think those are two about the same. Yellow's fatter. So you can see the difference, what we're upgrading to. Look at that. See that, guys? So we're going from 1.25 pounds to over 2 pounds. So eventually what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go in here and weigh these and mark down what they are. Whoops. So we're gonna just put this one back in here. At some point, we're gonna have to go out in the lake and start getting our weight for these fish.
We're starting to have a string here.
We're building our stringer up. Yeah, Dave's back there, he's happy. He hasn't got to do a tournament in a long time, so we're building our stringer up right now. So we got 3 good keepers and 2 13.5 inchers. So we got 3 that are 15.5, 16 inches. So But I'm just gonna kind of, this level of the lake right here is huge. I mean, it goes from 10 feet to 32 feet, and that's what you want sometimes when you want to find these bigger fish. I'm not throwing, you know, bigger baits. I'm just still drop shotting, you know, and you saw what I was using. So I'm just using Morning Dawn, 6-inch is all. Got about a 10-inch leader. So I'm just throwing it out, letting that baby go down. But I saw those fish right off the edge of this big old rock that's out here. So I'm gonna back up and investigate this. I don't know if Dave can see that with the camera or not. The boys are starting to run. When you see them all start zooming up and down the lake and you're in the tournament, if you're catching fish and you're a good area, stay there. Don't ever leave feeding fish. If you find fish that are biting, even if there's some small ones, catch about 5 or 6 of them and don't leave them, because you never know, you know. The big ones could move in. Sometimes there'll be 2 or 3 big ones that are together, and there might be 15 little ones. And eventually those big ones will see those little ones eating your worm, and they'll get excited, and then they'll want to eat it. So I've learned that over the last 30 years tournament fishing. So I saw a group of fish here with some shad just a second ago, but they seemed to have swam off. So what we're going to do is go back where we just caught that other one. It's a deep drop off over there. So I'm just going to throw out over by the big rocks, let it slide down some of these big boulders that you're seeing in here. There's a lot of big boulders in this one little cut here. It's good to wear the Polaroid glasses too, so that you can see under the water, guys. I mean, I don't have expensive ones. I got $100 ones, but those work just fine. Some of you guys that fish, you can afford to get $200-300, you know, for glasses and stuff. But some of you guys just barely make enough to fish or want to do a tournament. So, you know, just buy what you want. You know, I'm just using this rod is not that expensive. I'm using a Shimano Crucial, 7 foot. You know, I'm using 12-pound on my regular line, and I got that with a swivel on there with a 3-foot length of 10-pound fluorocarbon, XPS fluorocarbon. Well, we'll just keep moving around. You just never know when you're going to hit one of those suckers on the head. So I'm just going to kind of stay tight, move around. There's a lot of shad in here, and I can tell you right now, if there's shad in an area, if there's bait in an area, there's fish in an area. So you want to be where the bait is. If you pull into an area and there's no shad at all and no fish, why fish? Go somewhere where the fish are. They got to eat. They're eating shad, so that are crawdads. And they haven't been eating a jig or anything on the bottom, so, you know, mostly they're eating just shad. Always try to keep your boat neat, you know, to where, you know, you can get to something easy, like the net if you're fishing by yourself. You know, that boat there, he's been by here the 3rd time. That's the 3rd time he went up, came back, now he's coming back up again. So he's not finding nothing. So that's good for us. I just feel sorry for Dave sometimes, because he's running the camera holding a 50-pound camera, and I'm catching the fish, having fun. But you know what? If we win a check, half of that check is his. You're always a team. It doesn't matter if one guy's catching the fish and the other guy's netting them. He's netting those fish for you. And you never know where he's gonna come in handy and catch a big one. Right now, we've got 3 good fish in there, keeper fish, not giants, you know. And I'm happy with it. You know, one of them's 2.5, and 2 of them are a little bit over 2 pounds a piece, you know. So I'm pretty happy with that, you know. So we've got 2, 4, 6, 6.5, and we got 2 1.5s, you know, so that's another, we got 9 pounds of fish. I think out of 97 boats, if the fishing is tough, I think 9 pounds is gonna get a check. And it's only 920. So, you know, we'll just keep plugging. I'd like to call out those 2 1/2-pounders with 2 pounders if I could. So we're gonna just keep moving. You know, I'm gonna fish this area out thoroughly. And then from here, I'm going to keep moving around to some of my other spots. Now there's 97 boats. There's always somewhere you can get into and fish, you know. And you wanna be fishing where there's structure too. You wanna be fishing where there's rocks and boulders or on points or reefs and islands out there. You know, there's been a bunch of guys out there where the buoys are all morning long out there. You know, that's a good place too, where they move up on the reefs out there, Bartlett Flats. So I'm just pitching to these little boulders here just to see if I can get some better fish. All right, let's talk a little bit about etiquette. You know, if somebody is fishing a spot like this right here, let me turn this, excuse me. If somebody's fishing like here and I'm running down the lake, I'm not gonna pull up 50 feet in front of him or 100 feet in front of him. In fact, I won't even pull up in the same cove because those guys are here, they found this spot, so you wanna have some etiquette with you. Now, I know a lot of you are saying out there, oh, there's guys that'll pull up 25 feet in front of you, and I know that. That's happened to me many, many times. Do I like it? No. Do I start arguing with them? No. You know, you just, you know, it all comes back to you some way or another. It'll come back to you, you know. So, but if you're gonna fish tournaments, have some etiquette and, you know, pull up a block away. Don't pull up 100 feet away, you know, from somebody. Especially if you're seeing them catch fish and you're not catching any, you know, hey, remember where they're catching them, and if an hour, 2 hours later, if they're not there, you can go and try it. But, so that's pretty important etiquette, you know, trying to figure out. But just keep trying, don't ever give up, you know, just keep having a good time, you know, have fun when you're fishing, you know. If you're not having fun and you're stressing out and you're complaining, oh, I'm not catching any fish, you could pull up at 1 or 2 o'clock, weigh-ins at 3, and you could like catch 12 pounds of fish off of one school of fish. So, you know, our weigh-in's at 3. I'm gonna go in a little bit early and weigh in. Dave and I are, and we're gonna shoot some film, weighing the fish in so you guys can see how they weigh them and stuff. So it's gonna be pretty much fun. And then the fun is you kind of keep track of your weight, and then you see everybody else coming in and you kind of figure out how many spots there are. So the bite has been, I'm throwing at targets. I'm not just throwing out anywhere. I'm looking for sunken boulders right now that drop off, because I want something that's gonna be dropping off into the deep. And I just came through here and there was a bunch of shad in here. So now I'm swinging around. I'm going around them so that I can get on the other side of them and see if I can't, you know, there's another boulder. I didn't see that one, but okay. So I'm just gonna let my line free spool and go down, all right? So it went down from 3 feet to 20 feet. So once it hits the bottom, guys, if you've watched my videos, 90% of the time as that bait sinks and the fish sees it, he's gonna bite it, all right? 90%. If you don't get bit, don't just leave it there. Pick it up and throw it somewhere else. You know, make another throw somewhere, you know, and then, so I'm gonna let that go out, but I follow my line down, crick my line, my reel, and I follow it down. And once it hits, I kind of keep up with it. So once it hits the bottom, if there's not a fish on there, I'm just gonna kind of shake it lightly a little bit. And I might do that a couple times, you know, and you may want to just let it sit there a little bit too, and just, you know, just in case there's one that's lethargic and he really doesn't want to bite too good. All right, so I'm looking on my graph right now. And now I see 3 fish on my graph right here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna drop down on them 15 feet, let that thing just go down. All right, and then I'm gonna just kind of go around them and see if they'll bite. Sometimes if there's 1 fish, sometimes it won't bite. If there's 2, 3, or 4 fish, one will start to go after it and another one will see him and jot out there and get it, you know. So I've caught more fish off the graph just doing that than I have anything, you know. So, but those fish were just right in this area. So I'm going to make a couple more casts just in case, because they were nice arcs on the graph, you know. And that's only in 15 feet of water, so, and there's lots of boulders around, so they're just kind of cruising around these rocks and stuff. So here's a good example of something that's a really good place to fish. I don't know if Dave can pick this up or not, but there's a reef right here, rocky reef, right there. So I'm gonna pitch up right next to it, let that bait go down. Okay, it's going down, going down, going down, it's down. So I'm gonna pick my thing up and just kind of shake it and bring it off that ledge just a little bit more. And then I'm gonna let it drop again. Now it dropped to 21 feet. So now I'm gonna just test it again and see if there's any fish there. Nope. So what I'm gonna do is reel up and I'm gonna hit it about 3 feet from where I just threw it. So we have pretty well cleaned house right here. You know, in this area, we've went around and we've caught 3 fish out of this area. So it's time that I thoroughly fished it. One of us a good keeper, one was a two plus, so that was good. So I'm gonna just let this thing go down. Got a lot of shad down here at 40 feet, but those fish just aren't biting 25 feet and deeper. I can't catch them that deep today. I don't know what's going on with these fish, but so what I'm gonna do is just kind of head over there on that rocky shoreline over there and try that. So it's time we're gonna start calling our fish. So we need to get some measurements on them so that we know the next one we catch. I'm gonna have it written down. So I have a clipboard, white, red, yellow, blue, gray. And I even have 15 inches as 1.12, 16 inches as 2.4, 17 inches 2.12, and so forth. So we're gonna write down the length of them to start with. And when we get to the exact same size, then we will start measuring them. So what we're gonna do is just get these babies going. So green is our number 1. Come on. So green is gonna be 15 inches. So we're gonna take green and we'll make it green. And we're gonna put 15 inches. So basically a green 15 inches is 1.12, okay? So there's a blue. That's another nice one. So that one is 14 and 3/4 blue. Okay. White. Ooh, that's a nice one. Come on, Whitey. White is going to be 15 3/4. Okay, red is another one. Red is going to be 16. And yellow. That should be our smallest one right here. So yellow is going to be 13.5 exactly. So now, all we got to do, get one out, measure it, and it's got to be 13.5 inches. And then we just start moving up. So that's an easy way of culling without having to get the weigh board out and weighing every one right away. But I will go through and weigh them eventually. Well, we're done fishing for today. It's time for weigh-in. Let's go in and see what we did. We got a 3 o'clock weigh-in, so take our time getting in. There's a lot of boats out here. 97 of our boats, plus all the rest of the boats. So we're gonna just take your time and get in, and we'll catch up with you when we get to the weigh-in.
Six, 9, 1. Weighing total weight. 9, 3, 8.
What we're gonna do is we're gonna get our fish out and put them in our bag. You gotta use your own bag to go up to the tanks to get your fish weighed. So not just average bass. So hopefully it's big enough to, maybe everybody did bad today and we can cash a check, or you never know how bad you did. Always weigh your fish. One, two, three. Always count your fish. Count your fish when you put them in. So, yeah, watch for them jumping out. We got a bunch of nice clones. All right, I think we're ready to go. 916. Ooh, 916. Nice, nice weight. So I always put a lot of extra water in there so the fish can stay alive.
Boat number 10. Boat number 10. Alan. 5 fish, 5 alive, weighing big fish.
Let's walk down and weigh our fish and see how we did today. There's already a line of people already down here weighing fish.
Weighing total weight. 801.
This is one of my fishing partners that I always go fishing with. So Tom helps me pre-fish all the time.
Do you need
Good.
help for me?
No, I wish.
Next angler to the scale. Next angler is going to be boat number 11. Eric Neely and Chris Battershell. Boat number 11. Gary, I'm going to grab a minute here from you.
All right.
Ask you how your day was out on the water. How did you do today?
You know, we did pretty good. We had a limit in probably 35 minutes. Lucked out. Started on a good spot. We probably caught over 30 fish today, so we had a fun day. Camera guy even caught a couple. You know, he put the camera down and did good, but we'll see how we do at the scale. I'm hoping we have 8.5 or 9. So
Sounds like a good day out at Bartlett.
it was. You know, I'm really surprised. We have not had a turnout like this, but we have 97 boats.
97 boats today.
I haven't seen this for a long time. I mean, you're talking 10 years or 15 years, you know, when All-Star was doing its prime. So congratulations to you for having such a great turnout.
Well, it's because of great sponsors like you see around here. A&M Graphics makes it look nice. Everybody that's jumped on, we really appreciate them.
5 alive,
Good.
weighing big fish.
All right, next angler to the scale. Next angler to the scales. Boat 17. Boat 17. Gary Senft, David Jones. Boat 17.
Want the last one?
Put a lot of water in there so it would look like we had a lot of fish.
Eric, your call tag's up here on the stage.
They're nice and healthy.
Anglers, I want to remind you, like all the Bass Junkyz tournaments, there's food afterwards, and there is a lot of it today. It's on the back tables over there.
Nice.
Plenty to drink, plenty to eat.
Nice. Hi, Wayner.
5 fish, 5 alive.
I think that one's the biggest out of the two. Yeah. Hello.
Weighing big fish. Two, 8. Weighing total weight. 934.
You taking a picture? Yeah, just a nice little healthy limit. You put them back in here? Or?
You get your picture?
Oh, okay.
Next anglers to the scale. Next anglers to the scale is going to be boat number 14, Kevin Cheeley and Keith Parrish. Kevin Cheeley, Keith Parrish, boat 14. Get
Not
your
bad,
prop
guys.
over there, get it refreshed, get the dings
934.
out.
So far, we're
Have a little
right
extra
up
work
there
done
in
to
first
it.
place.
Props.
5 fish, 5 alive, weighing big fish.
Anyway, they came in, guys, what'd you have, 10?
10:38.
10:38. They bumped us from a whopping 934. But we're both probably in the money right now if we cash in. But they got a married couple here that have been fishing for, how many years you guys been fishing for?
1.5.
1.5 years? At least 1.5, 2 years. Because you've been together, dating, and now you're married. And so that's kind of neat to see a married couple still out here fishing. We still got a couple other married couples I saw out here, you know, so kind of neat. So how did your fishing go today? You guys catch a lot of fish?
Weighing total weight.
When we fish, it's usually, you're trying to get 7 bites. Usually what we do. We don't try to go for numbers as much, but we probably caught 10 fish today.
Did you?
Yeah,
773.
We had our motor kind of took a crap, and we were stuck with the trolling motor. And
Next
because of that, we caught our
anglers
kicker
coming to the
fish. It was
scale.
like a 3 1/4 or something.
Oh, that was a nice fish. Yeah, that goes a long way, doesn't it? You know, I know. I had problems with my boat, my power steering going out, so I got to figure out what's wrong with that.
How many did you catch?
Bob Ballard.
Well, we caught over 30, but we
you really?
caught a lot
Boat
of. We were
number
drop shotting.
59.
I couldn't catch him on a jig. Did you guys get a jig bite?
Got a couple on it.
Did you?
But they're the same size as the drop shot.
Oh, really? Yeah. All our fish, our 934 fish, all came, and then at the very last, I lost a couple nice ones on drop shot at 21, 22 feet. And in the morning, the deeper fish wouldn't bite for me.
Yeah.
They'd only bite like
The shallow
12
fish
feet.
would bite for us.
Oh, the shellfish. Oh, really?
No, we didn't have a limit till probably noon.
Oh, wow. We had a limit of 30 minutes.
It's your show, so I guess you did.
But they were 13 inches long.
Weighing big fish.
You know, so.
I think they were fish.
Yeah, they were fish, but we just stopped on a couple points over at the Yellow Cliffs, over before the Yellow Cliffs, and they were just there. I mean, they were racked up on there, and we just kept catching them, but we caught a lot of babies.
Yeah, there's a lot of small ones to be had.
Yeah, there
If you wanna
is.
take your kids out at any time.
Oh,
This is the time to do it.
Right, it is. It's a great
There's
time.
bluegill everywhere. There's bass everywhere. You can catch them small, and obviously you can catch one almost 7 pounds apparently.
Oh,
Never seen that before.
666.
Yeah.
Was it neat for you to see Jim
Yeah.
come back and Scott Goetti?
Yeah, that was cool.
They hadn't fished for a year and a half, and they came back and pre-fished Wednesday, Thursday, and
Somebody just bumped us out again.
Are you serious?
11:06.
oh no.
927.
Hey guys, you're out watching out there. Jim Wood and Scott just weighed in a 666, something that this lake hasn't seen for a while. So they had a total of 1411, so that's got a good contention of being first place. So how'd you guys, how many fish did you guys catch out there today, would you say?
We probably caught
Next anglers to
somewhere
the
in the
scale.
20 range. We had all of our weighable fish just about by
Boat
9:30,
48.
Wow.
and we called
Boat
one back,
48.
probably about 1, and the rest we caught were all smaller
Boat
than that. So,
48.
but we pretty much caught them all day up till about the last hour, and we didn't get a bite after that.
Wow. Did you catch your fish shallow or deep, Jim?
Mostly all deep.
Oh, deep? Yeah.
25, 30 foot.
Oh, no kidding. So it paid off sticking it out, you know. We caught a lot of fish, but we caught them shallow. We had 934, so. But that's way to go, you guys.
Yeah,
It looks like you hope you win first. We had 97 boats.
Yes,
So it
great
should
turnout.
gonna be a good payday. Good to see you guys together again, man.
It's been a year and a half.
Has it been a year and a half now? So as we look around, a lot of people came out today that
Guys, if
didn't
you're
normally
parking
fish.
lot
So that's
anywhere,
good. It's
please
a nice
come
day
on
out
in,
here.
check in. I
So
need your
97
boat cards.
boats,
I need to check
man,
off
can't
the
beat
list.
that.
A total at the scale of 14.11. Total winnings in the trifecta, $7,834. Scott Gietta, Jim Wood.